When this girl had her first birthday, her mom made everyone write a note to her that she can read when she turns 18. And this was the day her mom gave it to her. She was in complete shock about this. An amazing idea that her mom kept secret for 17 years. This kid stopped at a random house just to say this on their doorbell camera.
You can see me. Get out of here, bub. And you matter, alright? There's always gonna be somebody that cares about you. And you're a good person. No matter what people say, you matter.
And when his friends tried to ding-dong ditch the home, he said this.
Ignore them. They're losers. They're ding-dong ditching you. I'm just trying to say something nice. Like, I don't know what they're doing. They're running away and stuff. I'm just trying to say that you matter, man. Or girl. Whoever you are, you matter to someone. Just keep that in mind. Don't forget that.
These two boys named Legend and Reed are best friends, and without them knowing, their moms planned for them to wear the same thing to school for a whole week, and they loved it, seeing that they were actually matching each morning, and every day after, they were just as happy as the last, finding out they were matching again, just moms supporting a friendship that will last forever. This cafeteria worker is deaf and has had trouble communicating with the students on what they wanted for lunch. So their 4th grade teacher taught them all sign language to tell her what food they wanted, and you can easily see how happy this made her, making her job so much easier and knowing they all care. This was this little girl's first ever day at daycare, and her facial expressions are hilarious, with all of the little kids crying in one room when she walked in, looking like this is not what she signed up for. When her dog sees her put these clothes on, she instantly knows she's leaving for work, and she starts moping around every time.
I'm sorry.
Even limping, trying to get her to stay home.
Let me see you. Come here. Oh.
She won't even look at her, so disappointed in her owner.
Wolfie, I love you. Wolfie, I have to go. Please don't do this to me. I'll quit right now.
When this dog was in his crate, he actually snuck out while they weren't paying attention and then went over to their fan to move it so it's blowing on him instead, even looking to make sure they aren't seeing him. After he successfully pulled it off, he went right back to his crate where it's now cool, and then actually, this little boy is deaf, and while he was watching his favorite show Bluey, the character started talking in sign language, and he was so happy.
What?
It's done.
It's signing?
Yeah, he's not talking, he's signing.
Yeah.
This man has been homeless for years, and because of that, he hasn't had a haircut in a long time. So this barber took him in and offered to give him a complete transformation for free. You can slowly see him get more comfortable as the time went on, giving him his confidence back, seeing his new look come together as a fresh start. And when he was finally finished with the haircut, the man was emotional, and shows that just a small gesture can make a huge impact on someone else. When his big brother was leaving for college, they had the most wholesome goodbye.
Bye, Rome. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Love you. Love you.
After she found out her mom passed away, she was on the porch crying while on the phone with a loved one telling them the news.
I need you to calm me down. Mama, Mike just called me and said Mama's dead. I swear to God.
Her neighbor actually heard her across the street and then walked over to her and hugged her while she was upset on the phone. Her neighbor knew she had no one with her at the moment, so decided to comfort her until her family arrived. She said, "My neighbor doing this is the reason I believe there are still good people." This grandpa handed out one present to each of his grandkids and then had them all open it at the same time. He got them all Crocs for Christmas and they were all so hyped celebrating. But that wasn't all. He then brought out one more gift for each grandkid again. And then they opened it and they all started cracking up because he got them all a pendant with a picture of himself inside, while he was smiling so big watching their reactions. They then all put the pendants on their Crocs, showing off their awesome gift. This bride and her cousin are extremely close, so before she was about to throw the bouquet at her wedding, her cousin had no clue what was about to happen, because the bride had been planning something with her boyfriend the whole time. So instead of throwing it, she walked it straight to her. Then her boyfriend came out, got on one knee and proposed, and she quickly said yes. The bride even ran away, not wanting to get in the way of their moment, unselfishly wanting to share the day with her as well. When this guy was going by on the beach, he noticed a young dolphin was stuck on the sand, unable to get back to the water. So he immediately rushed over, knowing there wasn't much time, just hoping it wasn't too late. He carried him all the way back into the water, and right when he set him back in, the dolphin took off swimming, realizing he just luckily stumbled upon this and was able to save his life. This guy brings his gigantic golden doodle named Brody to children's hospitals, and it's incredible. All of the kids are so happy every time they see him, and Brody makes sure to show them love back as well. He said this is the most fulfilling thing in the world, getting to put smiles on these little warriors' faces and making their time in the hospital a more positive experience. When they noticed these elephants were trying to cross the road, they stopped their car and let them go, but they didn't expect an entire herd of them to pass. This went on for a while, and when the last elephant who went by, who was also the oldest, he actually looked over to them and waved, just making sure to thank them for waiting. When she was just 16 years old, she played a pivotal role in being able to put her abusive father in prison. And years later on her wedding day, she asked 15 of the most important men in her life to walk her down the aisle instead, which each one of her brothers, uncles, coaches, and more getting their turn to walk her down. Even the police officer who arrested her father was the final one to take her to the front. And then the pastor asked this.
So I asked, who gives this woman to be married to this man?
We do.
I want to hold him.
When this little girl got to meet her newborn baby brother for the first time, she was so excited to finally hold him. But the best part is when she looked at her mom and said the most wholesome thing ever.
Thanks, Mom.
When this stray dog walked into the store, his eyes lit up as he spotted some treats. The store owner saw the dog and kindly let him to have one. The dog took the treat and rushed outside. The store owner walked outside to see where he was going, and what the owner saw melted his heart. The dog was jumping up and down with pure excitement, his tail wagging with joy. The store owner knew he would never forget this adorable reaction. When she climbed onto the bed with the baby, she simply refused to get out no matter how much her owner tried. She looked at her owner with sad eyes, and the owner had no choice but to let her stay. The dog was looking after the sleeping baby in the cozy bed, keeping watch over every breath the baby took. Before she knew it, she had fallen asleep while hugging the little one. This is so adorable. This dog broke all our hearts. After his owner came back to the car, this dog started crying and snubbing so hard. This dog loves his owner so much, but this time he didn't even want to look at him. And the reason was that his owner brought a little cow to pet it, and this shattered the dog's heart.
Don't be upset, Bandit, please.
He feared that he would be replaced and forgotten. His owner started to apologize to him, assuring him that he would never replace him.
I love you, Bandit.